Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So sometime back I had a question of how can we organically increase the level of acidity in the soil, because a lot of our plants are flowering plants, especially they love slight acidic soil. So the best organic way to increase the acidity in soil are the citrus peels, basically your orange peels. Now that the season of orange is here, this is something that I use in my rose plants and they work out really well. But always remember, anything in excess is dangerous. We have to ensure that it is given in a very limited and in a very weak strength, not a lot. I will show you the entire process. Now starting off with the orange peels. Now you can see these orange peels are fresh. They have a lot of moisture in it. They are not decomposed. If we are going to use this inside the soil, then that will damage the plant roots. So now if you want, you can just keep these peels in direct sunlight, afternoon direct sunlight, for around 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending upon how fast they get dehydrated. What I prefer to do is I cut them into very small pieces like this with the help of scissor. It completely depends upon you. If you do not have time for this, you can just keep your peels just how it is, and then you can just crush them and put them into the soil. The only reason that I do this is because I want the process to happen a bit faster. That's why I cut them into smaller pieces. So when I cut them into smaller pieces like this, they tend to get dehydrated much faster. I will show you how the dehydrated peels look like. So it's pretty simple. This is how I will be cutting each of them into smaller bits. The more smaller, the much better. So once we are done cutting like this, I'm going to be cutting all of them. After that, this is how the peels are going to look after 2 to 3 weeks in direct afternoon sunlight. You can see this. It will become very crisp. You can see it just breaks. It should become very crisp. There should not be any moisture in it. There should not be any water in it. It has to be completely dehydrated in afternoon sun, and you should be able to hear that crispy sound of these peels. So once you feel that all the water has dehydrated, the next thing what I do is I grind them into fine powder. So the reason why I prefer to grind the peels into powder, because it will be much easy for it to break down much faster. Even this will break down in the soil, but the powder form will break down even faster and help the soil get that acidic level, especially for our plants that love acidic soil, and that is our rose plant. So let me make this into fine powder, and I'm going to show you how and how much I will be applying it to my plant. So I have made it into fine powder, the orange peels that we had dehydrated. The smell is amazing. You can get that strong orange smell. So now it is ready. Now this is our rose plant. If you remember last time when I had shown you, the bloom was just about to come out. Today it has started to open up. I don't know if it is going to pick up very well in the camera because it's white in color and the light is reflecting, but this is how the rose looks. And this is the other one. I have another 4 pots on the other side. I'm just leaving them as it is because I'm going to show you the example on this one, because it's going to be the same process. Now you can see my soil is already wet. Never use any fertilizer or anything on dry soil. It has to be moist. Now this soil, I think I had watered it yesterday, so the soil is a little moist, so that is absolutely okay. Otherwise I would have added some water. Now we are going to till the soil. We will try to disturb the weeds that are growing in this very lightly, not too deep, because we do not want to hurt the roots. It is just on the upper layer. We're going to till. Now I'm sorry, I'm using this old fork. I don't have my gardening tools. I don't know where I have kept them, but nevertheless this is working out really well. So now that we have done a little tilling, what we are going to do next is you need to check how much I'm going to be using this. You can see this, almost half teaspoon, not more than that. We will just sprinkle it around the soil and then mix it so it goes into the soil. This side I'm going to add very little. Do not add too much, otherwise the soil will become very acidic. We need to add very little. That's about it. And definitely I will give you an update on this plant. You can see it only has 2 new shoots. And after I'm done adding the orange peel powder, I have some washed waste tea leaves that I will add on the upper layer. So you can see guys, everything is from the kitchen. You don't have to pay any money to buy any of those expensive fertilizers. This is as simple as it can get. Everything is from your kitchen, which ideally we tend to throw it off. Now coming to the one that I have the bloom on, again I'll do the same thing. And I think this one, the soil is a little dry, but I will still till the soil and get rid of those weeds. I don't pull out the weeds a lot of times. I let them be in this, because when we till the soil, the roots of these weeds, they tend to break and they stay in the soil. They will dry off. So what I'm going to do is, the soil is not very moist, a little moist. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to moisten the soil a little bit. Now because this one has a bloom, so what I'm going to do is I will add a little bit more, like this much, and I'll put it around upper layer of soil. That's about it. And then I have some tea leaves. I will add that as well. And we will mix it. Nicely. And I will add in some more water, so that everything can settle and get into the soil. I will also add some water in this. And that's about it guys. As you can see, it is very simple. That's all we need to do. And I will keep you guys updated after a few days of how the plant is doing. You can see how beautiful the rose is. I don't know why the shape of the rose is not visible in the camera. I think it's because of the sunlight falling onto the rose, but you can see it's very beautiful. So I have done the orange peel. Now let's see what are the progress in coming weeks. Very excited. So this is the only thing that you can do in order to make your rose plant very healthy. I still have a lot of powder left, which I will be using in my other rose plants. You can even store it, because this is completely dry. Ensure that you do not keep it in a moist place, otherwise there will be mold or fungus growing on it. Keep it in an airtight container. You can use it up to a month as well. You can make this powder and keep it aside in a dry, cool place in an airtight container, and it is going to work out really well. For me, this does not last a very long time. This powder is going to be finished. I will be using it not only in rose plants, you can even use in your other flowering plants. But as I said, only a little bit, like this much is more than enough for a 7-inch pot. And you can do it once a month. You can do it once in 2 months. It will just increase the acidity of the soil, because most of the plants are slightly acidic loving plants. Plants don't do quite well in alkaline soil. A lot of plants are not able to absorb nutrients from the soil if the soil is alkaline. If the soil is acidic, that's when they are able to absorb that nutrients from the soil. So increasing a little bit of acidity is important, but not too much. So that's all about it guys. I will keep you guys updated of how it looks in future. If there is any new development, any new growth, I will definitely keep you guys updated. So that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.